And this kind of reminds me of, like, the tweet that I made the other day. I was like, maybe I am most astute in my half-asleep walking phase, right? Because, like, I was barely awake when I tweeted this. But, Stuttering Craig made a post. And his post, when this loads, was, can someone, anyone, please define...
Meds, hey! You can't make me!
This isn't just a word salad, it's a word weed infestation.
We gotta kill the weeds, man. Get rid of the word weeds. Lord Brown bear, thank you for the $5! I don't remember the name of the weed killer stuff that you could spray on your lawn. We need some of that. You love Craig so much.
Seriously, don't stop them. Instead of trying to stop corpos, just look into yoinking a slice of the pie instead. I look up products with a lot of bad reviews, which shows there is social proof and unfulfilled demand. It is how cities skyline wiped SimCity.
Absolutely. Malcolm Liang, thank you for the $5 doodles. Don't get doomer pilled. Yeah, Roundup. Thank you, Roundup. Need to get some Roundup for the word weeds. The best weed killer is always a flamethrower, specifically if you live in a desert. Holy shit. So Craig asked, can someone, anyone, please define what the modern audience is and how this audience is so different than the audience that first played Silent Hill 2 in 2001 and the remaster in 2012? Anyone. Anyone at all. That's right, because it doesn't exist. And he's right. It doesn't. My response was, the modern audience is another subversion. It doesn't exist yet. They are remaking old things in order to create the cultural landscape that they want. And people will get used to the new way that things are made for the modern audience, quote unquote, and there will no longer be complaints. It will just be how things are. The reason that they keep doing this, despite the large amount of complaints, is because it's ideologically driven right now. They're foregoing short-term profit for the hopeful long-term cultural victory. And in addition to that, if they keep remaking these old things and making old media harder and harder to get your hands on, there are people who won't even know that the old media exists, and all they will know is the bastardized version of the ideological culture shift of the remake.
Is it bad to be attracted to a cartoon fox that you don't even know that well?
And there are people that are disingenuously trying to paint this as like, well, people in current year don't like tank controls, and so they've updated. It's like, it's not about the fucking controls, you disingenuous twat. It's about how they're injecting ideology into the game, how they're changing quests, how they're inserting their thoughts and feelings on how politics should be into a game that was already written. They are taking the original material and they are destroying it because that is the only thing communists know how to do. They cannot create, they can only destroy. So when they say modern audience, they don't mean us, as in the people who disagree with them, or the people who agree with them right now. They mean everyone who can be convinced to ignore the ideology they're pushing and just consume product, as well as the up-and-coming generation who will know nothing else. They don't care about us making a stink about it because to them we are negligible and they will end up winning. They don't need to convince the people who already agree with them for very obvious reasons. The people that they need to push their ideology and to transform culture are all of the people who say, I don't want to think about it, I just want to play my game. I don't want to think about it, I just want to grill. I don't want to think about it, I turn my brain off when I watch movies and TV shows. So it doesn't matter to me that they're injecting their ideology, I'm going to consume it anyway. Yeah, consume product, get excited for next product. I made the mistake last year of doing just that. When I had my Hitachi rant, I was like, this DEI shit is everywhere. I know that this is the best wand company, I'll still buy it. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. I wasn't quite as aware as I am at this current point in time how insidious this shit is. When you see that writing on the wall, you should not buy that product. Yeah, it literally blew up in my face. Not only did I make the wrong choice by giving money to people who hate me, I made the wrong choice because the people who hate me make an inferior product. Should have bought a fucking machine instead. Yeah. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm not coming at you from a paragon of, like, I do everything right and you should too. I'm only a fucking fox woman. I'm gonna fuck up. But you should strive to not give these people money. And especially as just like a lowly plebeian on the ground, as am I, we don't have massive influence in corporations. We don't have massive influence anyway. Voting with our wallets is how we can make an impact.
You would like to know that there is another acronym for DEI is DIB also. Modern audiences is really just a way to say they made games for devs and journos who currently make and report on games. They mean themselves.
I disagree.
Also, Magic Wand.
I don't think they're making the games for themselves because, again, they already agree with that ideology. They don't need to make the games for themselves. They make the games for the people who are just going to consume them without thinking, and their ideology will spread that way. Parents will buy the games for their children, and their children will just get that ideology fed to them, and they will know nothing else besides that. They won't know how things were different previously. And in addition to that, they get to make themselves into some sort of superhero icon. If you're making a game and you're allowed to push propaganda for the people who are going to consume and spread your propaganda, you get to put yourself as a self-insert in that game, and you get to look at yourself spreading this in the way that you want, and you get to see the results of your influence. They're, like, self-flagellating to the highest degree. Purveyor of Fox Jump Scares, thank you for the $5 doodles. Yeah, DEIB's been around for a hot minute, same with Jedi. Bridge is the umbrella under which all of DEI and its other acronym shifts are being pushed now. Bridge is not an acronym shift. Bridge is the initiative. So the people who just want to wave off Bridge as just another acronym shift have absolutely no idea what they're talking about, and they haven't looked at any of the things that I've uncovered. You don't know how big the problem is until it literally explodes in your face. Yeah, right? Yeah, right, dude? All you heard was Kirsha buying a fucking machine. What the hell? We should have gatekept when we could. I mean, I said this before about Gamergate 1. All of us were busy laughing at these people because we thought they were laughingstocks. We didn't realize that they were far more insidious than any of us thought at the time. And it's like, yeah, I wish I could go back and kind of correct myself, but all we can do is march forward at this point. Didn't speak up when they came for the HR departments because I wasn't in HR. Didn't speak up when they replaced the politicians because I wasn't a politician. But the day they came for my vibrator, they went too far. Zayma Devon, thank you for the 5. Why does every company need more money every year? Raises, every sale that is lost really, really matters. It does. Wait, Spicy Fox who got woken up and red pill to do the problematic pleasure stick? Jesus Christ, that's funny! I mean, it wasn't just that, right? Like, I read a lot of shit since then, and I've definitely changed my opinions a bit more, and I feel like doing more is what I should be doing. If I don't like these things, I shouldn't just be complaining. I should be putting my money where my mouth is. Andre, bunch of numbers, thank you for the 4 months of Prune. I'm sorry for cheating on you for a month, but you don't mind, right? After all, you have a cuck chair. I don't take kindly to cheaters. I don't know what you'll have to do to get back into my good graces, but it'll take a long time, Andre. Look, is this a bot scenario of Kirsha Hitachi exploding due to not complying with DEI policies on Spicy Chat? You just noticed that Sibians cost like 1.5k? Yeah, they're expensive, man! Bridge isn't a rebrand, this isn't a reorganization. Bridge is the counterattack, and they want it to run over our barely built defenses. Hold the gates and hold the line. Exactly. Exactly, true. And Kirsha was an OG Sargon viewer. I was indeed. And now I am an anime woman, which means I'm not allowed anymore. Kira, are we doing more Gamba game today, or is it spooky time? Spooky! Well, spooky! Spooky! Cyclops Productions, thank you for the €5. You kept a private boycott of Ben & Jerry's since they started gobbing off. No, they won't go bankrupt just by you, but it's reduced your waste at least. Yeah. I mean, like, Starbucks and Ben & Jerry's were so outward with the actions they were taking. I haven't bought Ben & Jerry's or Starbucks in years. And I used to. I've never been to, like, an actual Starbucks brick and mortar shop since I was, like, a child. But, like, I used to buy in the grocery store. Starbucks had the only cold brew blonde roast that you could buy. So I would buy, you know, their cold brew blonde roast all the time. But when they became a paused company, I was like, I don't want to give you my money. It was so overt that even at that point in time, I was like, I'm not spending money here. And I don't know why I thought it would be any different with Hitachi. I guess I had a moment of stupidity.
Yeah,
I guess I didn't want to admit that a company I had bought from for a gajillion years was fucking bending the knee and being taken over by ideologues.
It's too long for stream elements, but these DI bastards are eventually gonna push people over the edge.